my gosh. Where'd my leaf marker go?
I think I got it.
I can't even tell where I am right now. It's working. It's gonna work. Well, this is kind of fun. Outside for the first one of these. Contrary to popular belief, I don't just exist indoors. Came down here to get some fresh air because my car died this morning. My producer and I stacked out this entire day, literally by the hour. Here's every single line item of every single thing that needs to get done in every 30-minute to 60-minute chunk. We lined the whole thing up last night, rock solid list, got in my car to take it all into motion this morning, and my car wouldn't start. Of course, having the whole week structured out to the hour, I try to get in my vehicle to start the day. My vehicle literally is like, we are not going to carry you into this day. So I look at that list and I go, well, once again, here's everything that needed to happen. And I have no initial way of stepping into any of that. So sat down, took a little breather, Ubered over to my aunt and uncle's home that's just down the street from mine to borrow their car, and ended up just having such a sweet time. As much as I was like, no, I gotta leave. They were like, no, you're gonna stay here and eat with us. So we all sat together, enjoyed lunch, and caught up in ways that haven't happened in a very long time. And just kind of realized it's very clear that God is telling me that I need to take a little bit of a pause today specifically. And you are going to live life and see family and see friends and go to the beach before jumping into the next leg of everything that needs to get done by the end of the week. So this space specifically, this little white cement wall, this patch of grass out in front of the building that I work in, I think is kind of, in a smaller sense, a reflection of what happened this morning. This is the space that I walk down to when everything just gets a little too crazy, right? Where the things start to stack up, where my brain starts to tangle up all the different hundreds of threads of everything all happening at the same time, where I can't seem to find the through line and all the different threads. I just kind of walk out of the building down to this little patch of grass, and I specifically sit on this cement wall because I can see the trees, I can see the birds, I can see people rushing to all their little parts of life. I can feel the grass beneath my feet, which to me is so importantly grounding. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, the entanglement starts to become these nice linear threads that start to seem a lot more manageable. It's really interesting, actually, because just like this morning with my car, I don't feel like I ever actually plan to walk down here. I feel like it's usually circumstances kind of building up and then pushing me out to the space. And I don't say that in this aggressive, uncomfortable type of way. I feel like this space specifically is the physical manifestation of there's a lot. We're starting to lose focus a little bit. So walk down here, walk outside, ground yourself in nature, and let the threads start to expand and hear the voice of your soul, which is quiet and a lot of times can only be heard in the slow outdoor spaces like this. A few days ago, me and a friend of mine were up in the studio. There was a lot of different things that we were trying to work through. And I just kind of hit a moment where my brain kind of just froze and I walked out. This friend of mine came out here and finally found me. And we ended up having such a good conversation. And I don't think there's any way that I could have clearly landed on any of the ideas that I was trying to articulate being in the studio space. And I think a big part of that was the exhale that comes from being in a space like this. I think nature is such a beautiful teacher. Even in a tiny little patch of outside grass like this, especially in the ways that it contrasts a closed environment. And my favorite thing about this, which was the main theme from the last post, is presence. And what a better teacher of presence than the beauty of created nature. Presence asks for stillness. Presence asks for reflection. I think presence even asks for observation. Looking at beautiful things in contrast to the things that you get so hung up on. And I think I really do love not knowing when I'm going to end up in a space like this. Whether it's being a little overwhelmed and having to leave the studio to get some fresh air, or mapping out my entire day getting in my car and the engine doesn't start. So you have to then just kind of give yourself over in that moment to where the day wants to lead you. And today it was leading me to good people and to family and to nature and to the beach and to these spaces where I can kind of find myself and realign a little bit before jumping into the tail end of a crazy month-long project season. So don't underestimate the value of simply stepping outside, changing your environment in the smallest of ways. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the story that the universe is trying to tell you. Are we slowing down enough to see what that story is?